You're tuned in to Good Vibes with Miss Eclectic right here on News and Talk 1380 WAOK. I'm always excited to see a young, black, successful man, serial entrepreneur, real estate investor. I love it. I got Darrell Spencer on this evening. How you doing this evening?
Hey, I'm good.
I'm good. You looking good. You look like you have some body butter on you right now.
I got a look glistening on me. Look good. You smell good.
You look good.
You look good too.
What did Jay? I look good. I smell good.
Yeah.
That's the clip of a lifetime right there. So let's talk about a serial entrepreneur at the age of 20. What was your influence, or how did you get started on this trajectory?
Where do we start? Right? Okay, so I'm 28 now.
Okay.
So I started my very first brand in 2020. Actually, yeah. So about a good amount, 5+ years ago, that's my first brand, King's Crowning. So I got started basically. It transitioned me out of my corporate career. So I was actually in corporate at first before I went full entrepreneurship. So I traveled across the biggest tech companies. So I was at Facebook, Google, Pinterest, LinkedIn. And basically, I was getting people rich at these jobs. That was my job.
Yes,
right?
Yes, making other people rich.
Making other people money. So I was in digital advertising, so in paid advertising. So if I was at Google, I was working with the largest companies to consult them on how to best spend their ad dollars to make millions of dollars back. Now, I did that at Google. I did it at Facebook. I did it at Pinterest and LinkedIn. And I'm just jumping from these companies and like doing well and doing amazing. And I'm just like, I'm making all these large companies rich. So I have the skill set.
Right.
Why don't I find a way to do it for myself too? So at that point, I'm tired of working in corporate America. And I've always been very entrepreneurial at heart, right? I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know like what route and what part
absolutely
of, entrepreneurship I would go in. So naturally, it kind of just happened and came from my first brand because I had a lot longer hair at first for King's Crowning when I first started that brand. So I was looking around the web, Google, trying to find something for my hair to protect it overnight. Now, mind you, I was wearing bonnets for a little bit of time.
It's okay.
I was wearing bonnets. We know the whole discussion around the bonnets. And
we sure do.
We do. We know it all too well. So I was wearing bonnets. And I'm just like, okay, it has to be some kind of product marketed to men that caters to our hair, that's marketed for men.
Like a masculine bonnet or something.
Give me something that's going to protect my hair, but make it look a little masculine.
Give me
something, right? So at that point, I Googled. I didn't find any products. There were no companies that were marketing, creating products for us. So I'm like, same one thing that you did.
Right.
So I'm like, if it's me looking for this product, I know it has to be tons of other men out there looking for it. Then that's when I created that very first product, which was the satin line crown, what we called it at King's Crowning, which is basically a bonnet replacement, but for men. And then that's when King's Crowning began in 2020. And then, since 2020, King's Crowning is scaled. And now at this point, that's scaled to a point where I learned how to build the business and how to create a new one. And we rolled out Crown Skin, which is the showstopper right now.
Oh, but King's Crowner, that came us. So 2020, you talking about right in the smack dab of the pandemic. But you kind of needed some satin lining on your head because you weren't going anywhere. You were around a lot. So that was like perfect timing. Right. What were some of the struggles that you endured when you were transferring from corporate America to entrepreneurship? Because even if you're if you're transferring careers, it's a tough challenge. And some people are entrepreneurs, and there's a difference between being an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur. And so what were some of how was that journey?
The journey. So, here's what I would say. So my journey was interesting because I didn't immediately just jump ship.
That's
right.
Good, yeah.
So I wouldn't always advise that, but I think that it's different. It's a case by case basis. So for me, I was working at Google still as I was still building and scaling King's Crowning.
That's good, though.
Right.
Had your side hustle.
Yeah, right. It was, and my side hustle turned into my passion and my full-time job. And now I'm the CEO of this amazing brand, these two amazing brands. But I was at Google working in tandem while I'm still building King's Crowning, right? And I'm working. So I had a dollar amount in my head in which, revenue amount, right? Revenue and profit amount that I wanted to see before I felt comfortable even leaving. Because, think about it, right? I have this 6-figure plus great paying job, consistent paychecks coming in, right? I dropped that to take this leap and take this dive into full-time entrepreneurship. So I had to make sure first that the business was stable.
Yes.
The numbers was numbering.
You had to make sure.
Right? The numbers had to number, and the numbers started numbering for me.
That's a blessing.
So when that happened, I felt comfortable leaving. But luckily, I had a great partner by my side too.
Come on, shout out to your partner. He's on the right hand side over here.
But yeah, so at that point, I felt comfortable dropping, and I dropped, and I went head first into being a full-time CEO of King's Crowning. But one of the difficulties I would say that I first started out with was just honestly, what do you do with your time?
Right.
Now at this point, you're not clocking in, right? This is your full-time role.
You have to be very structured.
Yes.
You have to be. You have to have that discipline, because if you don't, the day will you be like, oh, it's 10 o'clock right now. You don't realize, and I think that's one of the downfalls a lot of times is that structure and that discipline and that circle around you as well. Like it's good you have a right-hand man to keep you on point.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I think also, with that, I think time management that became a big thing for me.
That's major, right?
I began living by calendar. Like I began putting in events, right? Do this, check on the warehouse, do X, Y, and Z. So that became important to me when I transitioned, because at that point I didn't have a manager or a boss telling me, all right, clock in, do this, do that. I'm executing on my own. So sure.
That's a journey though, and to be so disciplined at your age as well, and then to know that it's a journey, because a lot of times we see social media and sometimes it's facade, sometimes it's fake reality, but a lot of times it's instant gratification. And so you knew that journey that you had to take.
Look, and I mean, I tell you this, I think the best thing that you can do is be patient in this grind, because if you want instant gratification, honestly, you won't last long in this business.
Say that for the people in the back.
You won't, right? So I mean, sometimes you will be an instant success, but you need that structure and that foundation, because is it sustainable, right? You can have a viral moment, but is it sustainable? So the instant gratification is a real thing. You got to be able to have delayed gratification to understand over time, right? You'll find success, but it might not be immediate, but create the structure and foundation to ensure over time, when it does hit, it can be sustainable. So that's kind of what led me into Crown Skin now, which is now I've created a sustainable business. Now I understand how to mold Crown Skin, which is the best body butter in the world for men.
Ooh, I like it.
Check it out.
Crown Skin. Y'all keep it locked right here. We're going to go to break real quick. When we come back, I want to learn more about this body butter, this Crown and Skin, because it has you glowing, okay? Y'all keep it locked right here. It's Good Vibes right here on News and Talk 1380 WAOK. You're tuned in to Good Vibes with Miss Eclectic right here on News and Talk 1380 WAOK. I have Darrell Spencer, Crown Skin. He glowing. Hey. Listen, we're going to talk about it. Let's get into this body butter and Crown Skin. Yeah.
So, Crown Skin, honestly, it has been a viral sensation across social media. Yeah. It has a mind of its own now. I mean, initially, here's how Crown Skin launched and how we kind of brought it to fruition. So, we initially launched these body butters with King's Crowning, right, as our newest product. It had a leg of its own when we launched it. It just went crazy. Sales skyrocketed for just this product.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, Jesus, hold on, wait, maybe we have something here, right?
Yeah, hold on,
hold on, maybe we should pivot a little bit, right? So we thought about it, and, we wanted to ensure that we segmented the businesses, right? So King's Crown, when you come there for hair care, protective headwear for men, satin line caps, satin line turbans, satin line baseball hats. But then
satin line baseball hats.
We got everything. We got satin line hoodies. We got everything you need for protective headwear for men.
You need it for these, because all these kids, they walk around with these hoodies. I know it's hot, but at least their hair's protected underneath. I like it.
So, yeah, so I mean, we found that success. So then Crown Skin, we were like, oh, we got to pivot. We got to do something with this.
Right.
So we wanted to have a brand dedicated to protective headwear, and then now this new brand, which is Crown Skin, that's dedicated to skincare, right? And grooming, but skincare specifically. So we launched Crown Skin, and it has gone crazy over social media. I mean, we have this viral elevator video that's been going crazy, where basically a woman smells the body butter on a man and she just loses her mind.
Hey, we like a man that smells good.
So the kicker though with the body butters is the fact that they're all organic. Okay, right?
That's good.
So we got organic shea butter, organic mango butter, and jojoba oil with them. But we got different fragrances. So they're like colognes in a bottle, basically. They cologned, so they smell y'all good. Guys,
listen, y'all gonna be making some babies out here in a minute with this body butter. Y'all probably already have.
But the last thing with it though is they're infused with pheromone molecules.
Now listen.
So that's been the thing. Is the pheromone molecules. You walk past somebody and they go, hey, what you got on?
What you have on? Come
here. Yeah. So that's been I think all of those, the colognes and the body butters, the ultra moisturizing powers with the body, with the butters, but then also the pheromones, put those together. I mean, that's honestly the reason why they've been flying off the shelves. And
yes, I've never
the store
because that's different.
It's different. Yeah.
That's something that I've really never come across in my journey. Not that I'm a body butter, like that I'm a connoisseur at all, but I don't come across that in my journeys. Oh, that is awesome. And what was the thought process behind that?
Yeah, so I like skincare.
Okay.
Right? So I love to be moisturized. We don't do ashy skin over here. We don't do the ashy skin, right? We gotta do better. That's why we rolled out these products. So I like skincare, especially, finding great lotions, great body butters. But I didn't find a body butter that I actually loved to wear daily that also just smelled good with that kick. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what if I created a body butter with cologne inside of it, right? So I don't have to spray cologne on and lotion.
Yeah,
it's all in one. So I created that. But then I thought about it too. I'm like, well, if it smells this good, what if we can kind of add a scientific element to it to attract with it too? And then the body butters kind of just they began walking past people. They had them on, they wore them, and it's been doing really well. The reviews are crazy too. We gotta get into that.
No, that's a blessing. Now you say it's a viral sensation, and some people they look at numbers, but numbers don't always equate to customers.
Right.
So, what's your biggest advice on actually transferring a follower into actual customer?
Yeah, I think you make a great point, right? So I think that you can always acquire new customers. That's a great thing to do. But I think the real value in your business is your customer lifetime value, right? So we call it CLTV. So like, how do you nurture those existing customers, right? So when you bring them in, how do you keep them?
Right,
how
exactly.
do you have them return,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So then we focus on repeat customers and how do we nurture our existing customers while also acquiring net new customers too. So we found a great way to do that, right? And you can do that in many ways. So brand loyalty programs is one of them.
That's good, yeah.
Right? So like, how do you incentivize them coming back? Are you offering a point system, right? What is it? But also too, you can also offer subscription models, which is also an amazing thing, right? So you can offer a discount, maybe 15% off if you sign on to the subscription, right? So you can get these body butters every single month at a discount because you're a subscriber. So now you have subscription revenue. That's recurring. So it's a lot of ways you can kind of finesse it and tweak it that we've kind of figured out a way to do to ensure that we're also satisfying and looking out for our existing customers and bringing them on back into the family and keeping them coming.
That's good. You dropping gems. You giving a Darrell Spencer masterclass over here. Listen,
I'm happy to. I love my people. Honestly, I had amazing people in my corner that guided me, gave me resources, structure. So honestly, any gem I can drop, I'm happy to do it every time.
No, I love it. And the show is called Good Vibes. So how do you create a good vibe? You look like a good vibe. You're shining like a good vibe.
I try to be a vibe here and there,
But how do you create a vibe? Like, even if it's you and your partner, how do you create a good vibe before you know it's time to scale your business? Like, you knew it was time to scale with the body butter brand. How do you create that good vibe?
So, how do you know?
Yeah, how do you know
when it's something?
Yes.
Then that brings a good vibe. When you just know it's something.
You just know.
How do you know? I think your customers tell you, to be completely honest with you. With King's Crowning, for one, we just have diehard men that just love the products, right? The reviews are insane because we penetrated the market, right? There was a gap in the market where we just weren't seeing people or businesses coming into the market creating these products for men. So when they saw it, we had loyal fans, loyal customers coming in because they love the fact that there are finally products being created for them by us.
That's the thing. Is this line solely for men?
So currently, we market it for men just because there's no other companies marketing things for men. So right now we're looking out for our men, but we also do have products that can go simultaneously, like, right? So women can wear them, right? But it's marketed as a product for men, but it's unisex.
I like
right?
it. I like it. And is it for every man? Is it marketed towards some men with some melanin, or is it just for every man?
So every man that has textured hair, curly hair that needs to protect it.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I would say is with Crown Skin though, we knew we had something with Crown Skin when we launched 6 months ago in the business and the brand is like doing numbers comparable to some numbers on the shelves that you would see in Target.
Oh, come on. That's what I like to hear.
We said, hold on, wait.
He said, hold on, I wasn't ready.
Wait, hold on. Let me take a step back there. Let's get this foundation
even
more secure.
Yes.
So, I think numbers tell a story too.
They do.
And the numbers told us a story where we realize now, even since we started the brand 6 months ago, we have to begin operating as if we're a business, been in business for about 6 years because of what we're doing now in our numbers.
That's a blessing.
So you gotta know when to realize you're scaling very fast and take a step back and ensure your foundation is there.
There you go.
Operating as if you've been in business for 6 years. When you're doing certain numbers. Yeah.
Yep. Man, like you said, the numbers don't lie. I love it. The good vibes don't lie. The glow doesn't lie. Darrell, he's not lying. Okay. Darrell, tell everybody how to support you, where they can go to get these skincare products and this bonnet products. Not the bonnet, the satin.
There we go. The satin line crowns.
Satin line crowns.
Yes. Okay. So you guys can follow me personally. My Instagram is I am Darrell Spencer, and you can follow Crown Skin and King's Crowning. The IG for Crown Skin is crown.skin. King's Crowning is kings_crowning. The site's easy, crownskin.com, and for King's Crowning, that's easy as well. It's kingscrowning.com.
King's Crowning and Crown Skin. Darrell, yes. I love it. Only 28 years old, you are doing some amazing things.
Hey, I'm trying.
You are paving the way. Y'all keep it locked right. Absolutely. Keep it locked right here, y'all. It's good vibes. You have Darrell Spencer. Can we get these products? So you can get these products in the store, or there's online.
Not yet, but that's what we're
gonna speak that into existence. We are speaking that into existence. Y'all keep it locked right here. It's good vibes on News and Talk 1380 WAOK.
Good vibe with Miss Eclectic.